mag loop fans. I've finally done something that I wanted to do for quite a while, which was make a Arduino based servo motor controller for the remote capacitor that's going to be sitting outside. And you can see I've got a multimeter connected to the one bank. I've got the shaft connected to a little stepper, and I've got a limit switch. That's connected over RJ45, which you can see there. It's a bit messy, but I'll make some more videos. To an Arduino driver, stepper motor driver, and the Arduino board with the controller. So the first thing I'm going to do is just reset this to simulate a power on, so you can watch what it does. I'm just pushing the reset button. It's kind of quick, so I'll do it again. When it starts, it will keep going till it hits the stop switch. Then it'll know that it's at the home position. It will then read the potentiometer value over here and then move the motor to that. But it does it all pretty quickly, so take a look. And I have slowed it down a lot. I can actually speed it up. So what that did is, during power on and off, when I power it on, it'll basically go back to wherever the potentiometer was here so if I move it, then I'll try and zoom in. I'm going to turn the potentiometer, and you can see the stepper motor moving and the capacitance changing all the way down to about 27 picofarads at one end, about there. And I can actually, there's a bit of vibration, but I can actually get it to go at 1 picofarad increments. But it's quite boring watching it go 1 picofarad at a time. But you get the idea. So it'll keep turning all the way up to the max of about 175 for the range and stop. And if I then turn the potentiometer, which is what I'm doing here, back. Yeah, I also set up a light to show me the pulses to the stepper motor. So if I go fast, it'll take a while to catch up. I'll go fast the other way. Zoom out a bit. It's a little bit unstable, but that's just Arduino. The analog input is a bit sensitive. That's why I have the LED, so I know if it's a bit unstable. But it is actually doing what I want it to do, which is moving this capacitor like a servo by counting the pulses and not having a potentiometer at the actual capacitor. So once it homes, it knows where it is. So if I was to turn it all the way to the right, for instance, and power it off and on by hitting the reset here, it'll go back to where it was. Watch. That's the reset button. Okay. So if I move that to another range, say like 77 megahertz, which is about 161 picofarad required, power it off and on. It homes and it goes back to, well, almost where it was. And so I could basically turn it off and position this any way I want. So let me turn it off. Oh, I don't want to do that just yet. But if I turn it off, and wherever I put the band knob, even when it's powered off, it'll come back to it because it checks to see the voltage at the potentiometer, and then it'll home itself. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I finally got this thing working. I made all the 3D parts over there to mount the stepper and capacitor, and just let me have some pretty good control. So I'll be packing it all, and of course once I got it where I want to, I just shut it all down and it'll work, stay working. So yeah, next video I'll set it up on the antenna and show it to you on the SDR. The beauty of this being that I'm using just RJ45 cable there. I'm using a short piece to test here. Let's see if I can show it to you. To actually take it out and put it where the big magnetic loop is, I just unplug it and plug in. You can see there I've got the two eyes. I've got a short test lead of RJ45, and I've got the main lead going out. So once it's working here, I will just unplug it, bolt it up, and plug it in with the longer cable that's already there. So yeah, pretty cool. I just like watching it reset actually. Yeah, that wasn't too much. Let me just crank it up a bit to the other end so it gets to do something. And that's with a 10 millisecond delay between each pulse to the stepper. If I remove all the delays, it does go much quicker. And to get an accurate voltage reading from a potentiometer with Arduino, it's quite a problem. So what I do is I actually read this every 5 milliseconds, 5 times, then average it. So that's why it's actually a bit slow the way it reacts. If I take out the reading and just read it once, it's pretty much it's very fast to align it. But there's a lot of jitter. So this is a bit more stable, as you can see. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'm quite pleased with myself. No one else is. Have a good night.